What is going on, Internet world? My name is Tommy. You probably know me as Rivet, and I'm your coach of the Atlanta Braviaries, the highest flying, flyest looking team on YouTube. And we are here with our Week 6 battle of the UBL against Coach Adam and the Leafy Bois. This is going to be a great match. Welcome to the workshop. Alrighty guys, we are here breaking down our Week 6 matchup against Adam and the Leafy Bois for the UBL. It's going to be a really tough matchup. He's got a really scary team, but I think we have a good squad to take him on. First off, he's got Mega Gallade, an absolute monster, psychic and fighting type with base 165 attack stat. Close combats and Zen headbutts hit incredibly hard. It can run knockoff, the elemental punches, rock slider, stone edge, poison jab. It can swords dance up, it can bulk up. It can do so many things so well. If he's feeling cheesy, he can run something like Will-O-Wisp. It also gets Wish. And it's just an amazing mon in every match. Base 110 speed tier is really tough, and it just hits so hard. It's an incredible wall breaker. Definitely really tough for me this match. I don't have a whole lot of good switch-ins to it, so I'll have to manage it as best I can. Next up, a special wall breaker. He's got Hydreigon, an amazing dark and dragon type. Base 125 special attack with big Dracos, dark pulses. It gets moves like Flamethrower and Fire Blast, Earth Power, Flash Cannon. Can U-turn out. It can Roost and Defog. It runs Scarf and Specs incredibly well. It can Nasty Plot up, which is incredibly scary. It can also run bulkier sets with like Assault Vest. It can pivot around or just be a bulky defogger. In this match, I would probably expect either like a Choice Scarf set or like Life Orb Nasty Plot, 3 attacks, because it kind of just decimates me. I don't have a whole lot for Hydreigon, so I'll have to manage it the best I can. Next up is Excadrill, an incredibly scary Sand Sweeper with the Sand Rush ability. It also gets Mold Breaker. It has moves like Earthquake, Iron Head, Rock Slide. It can Swords Dance up again. Poison Jab, it can set Stealth Rocks and remove them with Rapid Spin. And it can also boost up with Rapid Spin, obviously. Drill is really scary. In this match, I don't know if it comes just because I have an incredibly reliable check to it in Skarmory. So if it comes, it's probably a more utility set, something like Stealth Rocks, Rapid Spin, maybe Earthquake, maybe Poison Jab, something like that. But again, Skarmory comes in pretty much every time. Next up, he's got Sylveon, an incredibly bulky Fairy type. It's a great Wish Passer and Cleric. Pixelite Hyper Voice is hit incredibly hard. It can Mystical Fire. It can Calm Mind up, and also gets like Psychic and Psyshock, I believe, for added coverage. Sylveon is definitely a maybe this week. It's definitely a scary mon. Physically defensive, it does some for him, but he's got a bunch of really good mons to fill the slots this week. So Sylveon is a lot of his mons are really strong, maybe. So I got to be prepared for Sylveon if it comes. Next up is Alomomola. I hate this fish. It's 100% coming, and it's going to be such a hassle to break down. 165 base HP with solid defenses and the Regenerator ability. It's incredibly tough to take down just because it heals up so much, and it's just so big and thick. This is his best response to Weavile. It's really his only switch into Weavile, but it's as good as they come, essentially. Banded knockoffs are doing less than 40%. And it's just a beast. It's going to run Rocky Helmet. It's going to come in. It's going to force me to not be able to click Triple Axle. So the #1 goal for this match is to break that Alomomola as best as I can, punish it, and kill it as fast as I can so that Weavile can do Weavile things. And then next up, he's got Serperior. Serperior, probably not coming this match just because Goodra hard shuts it down with the Sap Sipper ability. But if it does come, it's a Leaf Storm spammer with Contrary. And it also gets moves like Dragon Pulse knockoff. If he's not running Contrary, if he's running Overgrow for some reason, he can be a Coil thing, or like Leaf Blade knockoff, Aqua Tail. Does get Glare, also gets Defog, so maybe he brings it just for removal. But Serperior, probably not coming this week. Next up, in conjunction with Alomomola, is Galarian Slowking, an absolute beast of Regenerator mon with the Assault Vest, Poison and Psychic typing with an amazing move pool. Future Sight, Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave, Fire Blast, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Focus Blast. It gets Earthquake, Drain Punch. It just gets so many good moves, and it's so incredibly bulky. This is definitely probably coming. Even as crazy as it sounds, it's one of his better switch-ins to Gengar, just because he can EV it so that like Life Orb Gengar doesn't two-shot it with Shadow Ball, which is incredibly stupid. But Galarian Slowking, it's a monster. That plus Mola is going to be really tough to break, so I got to try my best, but it's going to be a struggle. Next up is Chandelure, very scary fire and ghost type. It's a great wall breaker and Choice Scarf user. Moves like Fire Blast, Shadow Ball, Energy Ball, Psychic, again Trick. Chandelure is a maybe this week. Again, I have a really good response to it in Goodra. He can run something like a heavy-duty boot set with like Flamethrower and Toxic and stuff like that, or he can run a Choice Scarf set with Toxic. If it comes, it definitely has Toxic on it, so I got to be wary of that and maybe predict a Toxic going into Goodra, because I got to keep Goodra healthy, especially if that thing comes, because it's really my only response to it. Scarf is really scary this week, and I got to make sure that doesn't beat me, so I need Goodra around in the late game. Next up is Gigalith. It sets up Sand for Drill, but since Drill isn't coming, Gigalith is a maybe. It's another good response to Gengar. in the sand. It's very specially bulky, especially if he's invested. Focus Blast would do a lot, but I would have to hit it. It's a great, reliable Stealth Rock setter. He's been shown to run Explosion on it, which is kind of spooky. And it also gets moves like Earthquake, Rock Blast, it can Toxic again. So definitely a maybe. It's probably that or Sylveon. Next up, and finally, he's got a Molga, a cool little flying and electric type with 2 good abilities in Static and Motor Drive. I can Volt Switch and U-turn around. It can defog away rocks and knock off for just utility. But again, I don't think Molga comes this week. He's got too many other good mons to fill the slots this week. Maybe if he's feeling cheesy, it's something like to deal with Skarmory and Moltres. But with that out of the way, let's hop into what I am bringing this match. Leading us off, we got Axel Rose the Weavile. He's looking strong with a Never Melt Ice set this week and Pressure, Triple Axle Knockoff, Ice Shard, and Toxic. Max attack, enough speed for Superior if he brings that, just so I can outspeed it. And this is hopefully my win condition this match. Like I said, he really doesn't have good switch-ins to Triple Axle. His only switch-in is a Alomomola. So hopefully I can get that thing out of the way, and that'll give me some good opportunities to click Axle. I'm running Never Melt Ice so I can boost up my Axles and Ice Shards as much as possible. I don't want to take Life Orb Recoil, because in case he brings like rocks on something like Gigalith, I don't want to chip myself down. And then Toxic is obviously there going into Mola. I like the option of being able to knock off its helmet immediately, get a Toxic off, because if he Scald Burns me, that would be terrible. If he knocks off my Never Melt Ice, that's okay. But I really need to try to get a Toxic off on Mola. I think I can probably surprise him. I've been incredibly basic with how I've been bringing Weavile this season, so maybe he expects me to do something funky. But I definitely think the Toxic is a must bring, and Ban just isn't a great option because I can lock into Axel, then he can come into Chandelure, it's a whole thing. So bringing a little bit of a variance on Axel this week, but I really need him to do some good work and claim some kills in the late game. Next up, we got Windshear the Skarmory rocking a defensive set this week with Leftovers, Brave Bird, Body Press, Spikes, and Roost. This is my main answer to Mega Gallade. Close combat still kind of trucks me. At +2, it's doing up to like 93%. Brave Bird does a ton, especially after a close combat drop. Body Press is there for Gigalith. This is another really good answer to Gigalith. Spikes are there to punish the Regenerator mons coming in. If I can, punish them, get up to like 25% on something like Mola or Galarian Slowking, that'll let me break them a little bit easier. And then Roost is just there for longevity. Next up, Cheshire the Gengar coming with a Life Orb set, Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave, Dazzling Gleam, and Nasty Plot. Max special attack, Timid, and max speed to help me speed tie Mega Gallade. This is just a great wall breaker this week. This is a really good switch, revenging option for Hydreigon if he's not Choice Scarfed. Dazzling Gleam will truck that thing. Shadow Ball and Sludge Wave, just they hit super hard with Nasty Plot, or with Life Orb, especially after a Nasty Plot. So I gotta play this thing smart. I can't lose it to a Choice Scarfed Hydreigon or Chandelure. I'll have to scout for those appropriately. But Cheshire's looking really, really good to smash some holes in something like Alomomola and Sylveon and Galarian Slowking. Even at +2, Slowking's going to get trucked by it. But I can't lose Cheshire to something like, losing a speed tie to Mega Gallade, or if he's got Shadow Sneak. So that would be really spooky. So I got to play Cheshire right and get him in. Next up, Giggles the Goodra. He's coming with an Assault Vest set, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Sludge Bomb, and Earthquake. Max HP, enough special defense for something. So that Spec Chandelure can't 4-shot me with Shadow Ball, I believe, because he's that bulky. And then Ice Beam hits a bunch of stuff, so does Thunderbolt. Obviously, Bolt Beam coverage is great. Sludge Bomb is there for Sylveon, and then Earthquake is there for Galarian Slowking. Next up, Symphony Regalia, the Diancie coming with just a specially defensive set and Leftovers. Moonblast, Diamond Storm, Stealth Rock, and Heal Bell. Moonblast plus Diamond Storm hits pretty much everything pretty hard, except for Excadrill, but I don't think that's coming. Stealth Rock is just there to punish those Regenerator mons again, to chip stuff down, like Chandelure and Hydreigon on Switch-In, and then Heal Bell is there for a Toxic on Goodra, a Will-O-Wisp Burn on something like Axel, or a Toxic going into this thing. This is one of my better answers to Hydreigon. Obviously, he can have Flash Cannon. That'll dent me, and it can just OHKO me. The thing with Hydreigon is that Scarf and Life Orb 3 attacks are super, super good. So if I were to run Babiri Berry, I could take a Flash Cannon once from something like Choice Scarf Goodra, but if he's Nasty Plot and he's got Earthquake, Earth Power for something like Magneton, that would just clean OHKO Diancie anyway, and I really didn't want to roll the dice on the Berry game, so I'm just running Leftovers for some residual chip. This is a good answer to come in against Sylveon, and just Diamond Storm into it, or set some rocks, anything like that. And then last but not least, Catherine II. The Serena is coming with an Assault Vest set, Power Whip, Knockoff, U-Turn, and Rapid Spin. Max HP, enough special defense so that Life Orb, Hydreigon doesn't kill me with 2 Draco Meteors after rocks. Power Whip is there for Alomomola, obviously. That hits it really hard. Knockoff is good for something like Slowking coming in. U-Turn is there for momentum. It also hits Hydreigon pretty hard. And then Rapid Spin for removing any hazards from something like Gigalith or Excadrill, this is my main answer to come in against Alomomola. If he Scald Burns me, okay. If he knocks off my Assault Vest, not the end of the world. But I really need to threaten this thing with Power Up. I can't let that thing come in against me. But this is a pretty good answer against, or not to switch into Slowking, obviously, but knocking off that thing's Assault Vest would be really cool. To let Gengar handle it better. Obviously, something like Hydreigon can come in on a Power Whip. This thing does learn Flare Up, so he has to be wary of that, as I could totally be carrying it. But it's also good to come in against Gigalith. I can threaten that thing with a Power Whip pretty hard. So he doesn't have a super good switch in to come in against this thing. It's probably something like Chandelure. Again, I can knock off. So if he brings a Molga, I mean, Molga's got its time to shine against Serena. So with that out of the way, let's hop into this match. Alrighty guys, we're about to hop into this match against Adam and the Leafy Bois. You can see the 6 I expect them to bring up on the screen. Mega Gallade, Hydreigon, Sylveon, Alomomola, Slowking, and Gigalith. You could definitely see Chandelure in there instead of either Sylveon or Gigalith. But you've seen the 6 I am bringing and why I am bringing them. This is going to be a tough match. Hopefully it's not too much of a slugfest, but let's hop into it. Alright, we do see Drill, which is kind of odd. No Slowking. So I guess he did bring Sand, which is kind of odd, but Sylveon's there, not surprised. No Slowking. No Shandy is really cool, didn't want to have to deal with Chandelure. So I gotta make sure I play Skarm ungodly safe then. I can't, that's the thing, because I need Skarm for Gallade and Drill. So that is spooky, but again, realistically, as long as Windshear is sitting here, Drill shouldn't be able to do a whole lot to me. Adam says hi, YouTube. So, realistically, thinking about his lead here, he could totally lead Gigalith, just set up Sand. He could lead Mega Gallade and put on a bunch of pressure, or lead Hydreigon because it bodies my entire team. So, I could lead Windshear. It's a pretty solid lead against Gigalith or Mega Gallade. I can threaten pretty hard with a Brave Bird or a Body Press, respectively. I can try to set up my spikes. If he's got removal, it's on Drill. He probably brought Drill just for Rapid Spin, which is going to make my my Hazard Stack less effective. But again, with no Slowking, they were really only there for Mola anyway. But I gotta handle that Mola incredibly carefully. I could lead, I could lead Axel and try to just knock off into Mola immediately, but I don't really like that play. I think I want to lead Windshear. Windshear's a pretty solid lead. If he leads Hydra, I'm obviously going to be in trouble. He'll probably U-turn out. I can go into Symphony. I don't super need Symphony in this match. I really only need it for Hydra, and it can't really do that super of a job. It's also there for Sylveon, but I have Catherine and Cheshire for Sylveon as well. I could also lead Giggles. Giggles isn't a terrible lead, because I could try to live a Draco from Hydra, and then I do have a decent switch in against Mga. I'm gonna lead Windshear. I'm gonna lead Windshear and just try to set up some spikes early in the game and get something going. Alright, so he does lead Hydra. That was alright, well, hopefully he U-turns. If he Flash Cannons turn 1, I've lost. But I'm just gonna go into Symphony. It's really my only play. I need Skarmory so bad. So I can calc some damage. If he just clean Okos me with Flash Cannon, then okay. But I'm hoping he U-turns. If he U-turns, he'll probably get into Drill or Gallade. I could also try to go into Giggles, because if he drops a Flash Cannon into Diancie, that's bad. But no Chandelure means I really don't need Goodra for anything. Yeah, if he drops a Draco, it'll smack me, especially if he's Life Orb. If he goes for Flash Cannon, if he goes for anything else besides Draco, I can live it. If he goes for Draco, I can calc some damage. He'll get a drop as well. So that's actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep Symphony around. I'm hoping go for Flash Cannon, please. He goes for Dark Pulse. Very cool. I don't see Lorb. So if I were to guess, that's Choice Scarf. 22.7 from Dark Pulse. No, that's Specs. Alright. Yep. That was near. Okay, so he's Choice Specs. That's going to make my life way easier. So I have a couple plays I can make here. I can drop a Sludge Bomb into the incoming Sylveon. I can EQ into the incoming Gigalith or Excadrill. I think I like the Earthquake play, just because there's no way he stays in here. That has to be Specs if he's not. If he's like... So that's going to make Again, that's going to make my life a whole lot easier. That means I can revenge it with Cheshire, which is fantastic. That also means that he's relying on Drill for late game stuff. So again, that means super duper I got to keep Windshear healthy and happy. So I'm just going to fire off an EQ here. You can go into Sylveon pretty free. Let's see how much Giggles is going to do to Sylveon first before I do anything. Sludge Bomb does next to nothing. So does Earthquake. Earthquake catches the Drill and the Gigalith coming in. So let's go for a nice EQ here. He's going to go into Gigalith. Very cool that I clicked Earthquake then. Radical. 29. Not a whole lot, but Gigs is very bulky. So he is physically defensive from that. That's either Fizz Def or he's got some investment, not a whole lot. Depends on the role. My play here is to go into Catherine probably. I can put on some pressure with Power Up. I can U-turn out, but I don't want to go into Windshear because if he goes for something like a Stone Edge, that'll tickle. He's probably just going to set rocks here. That's the thing. So I want to go into Catherine. I can Rapid Spin the rocks away. That'll give me a speed boost and let me clap something like Gallade with a Power Whip. I can U-turn out safer. It'll do a lot. If he goes for something like Stone Edge, it'll tickle a little bit, but I don't suit. I mean, of course I need Catherine. I need it from Mola. Windshear shouldn't really take too much from anything, but then he's just going to go straight into Mola or Sylveon. So I'm going to go into Catherine, try to be aggressive. I think this will put me in a better situation for other things. There are the rocks. I can Rapid Spin the rocks away immediately. I can go for a nice Power Whip, or I can U-turn out. I think there's no way he stays in here. He probably goes into... I don't have enough speed where I can Rapid Spin and then U-turn out on Hydra. But he doesn't go into Hydra here because I totally could have Flare Up. I haven't shown him anything. So I'm just going to go for a nice Rapid Spin here. Try to get these Rockies away. I don't think he'll stay in here. If he does, then great play. But if he's... Alright, he is going to stay in. That's fine. Don't explode. Rock Blast. Get a few. Yay, only 2. Very exciting. Well, that chip isn't super lovely. I could Power Whip. Power Whip's a decent play. I'll do that. If he goes into Hydra, then whatever. Or I could also... I don't think there's no way he stays in this time. The question is, what does he go into? Because if I Power Whip, I would totally kill him because he's pretty low, and I'm invested a good chunk. So yeah, Miss Catherine over here would smack this thing. 2 hits on Rock Blast. Yeah, he's uninvested completely. Power Whip would dent this thing if I went for it. I'm just gonna U-turn out. I don't think he stays in here. Yeah, Mola comes out. Alright, there's the helmet. I should have Power Up. That would have dented this thing. Well, I'm going to go into Giggles. I think. Let's see how much Giggles will do to this thing with a Thunderbolt. I have enough investment on this thing so that Giggles should be able to 2-shot with Thunderbolt, if I remember correctly. If he's uninvested. Yeah, Thunderbolt does a good chunk, and he won't be able to touch me. So let's go into Goodra here. I'm going to take some more chip. I can predict and go for like an Ice Beam into Hydra or Drill. Like, he probably shouldn't stay in here. He can fire off a Toxic, which would be bad. But he won't go into Gigalith again after the EQ last time. He'll probably go into... And he won't go into Drill, I don't think, after I've shown him EQ. I bet he goes into Sylveon this time. So I'm going to fire off a Sludge Bomb. You can also Protect and Scout what I'm going to do. So I also have to be very wary of wishing back into that Gigalith, which will stink, but I got some decent chip on Giggles and Catherine right now from Sandstorm and Helmet and other things, which isn't very good. So I'm just going to go for a Sludge Bomb, hope that Sylveon comes in, try to catch that. He's going to Protect and Scout. Not surprised. Alright, he is Smooth Rock on Gigalith. And this Sand Chip is not good. He's wearing me down quite a bit. If I were to bet, this time I'll try to throw up a Wish. I'll Thunderbolt this time. If he goes into Drill, good play. But if he goes into Hydra. But this is a pretty bad situation because his team is so healthy just because of what he can do. Drill comes out this time. That's fine. I'm just gonna go hard into Skarmory. Good play. He doubles into Hydra. That's bad. I'm gonna go into Symphony this time and hope he drops a Draco. If he can probably just U-turn here. But this is a bad situation. I am losing. So Nancy comes out. Dark Pulse again. I'm gonna gobble that up. Sand is gone. Oh yeah, well I took that so well because sand. I didn't even think about that, but Drill can come in here. So can Gigalith. I'm just gonna set my rocks. He's gonna switch out here, but if I can force that X Control to Rapid Spin, that would be pretty cool. But there's no way he stays in here. I'm very glad this thing is Specs, not Life Orb, though. Because if this thing was Life Orb, I would have lost Giggles and Diancie by this point, but I could also double out into Weavile and knock off Mola's helmet. That's another option. Or I could double into Gengar. Doubling into Gengar is incredibly risky. I don't want to make that play. I'm just gonna try to get my rocks up and try to start chipping some stuff down. Yeah, Mola comes in. That's fine. Moonblast would tickle this thing. He can Scald. Scald won't do a whole lot. If he burns me, that's fine. He's gonna try to wish into something, so I'm gonna fire off a Moonblast. He's gonna knock off my leftovers, which isn't stellar. Moonblast is gonna do 28. Oh, he's very specially defensive then. That did nowhere near what I was expecting. Okay, so he's like fully specially defensive. Yeah, that was a max roll on special defense. I lose my leftovers, which is kind of sad, but whatever. Well, realistically then, that's going to make Catherine's life a little bit easier. I got to knock off this thing's helmet still, but that means she's going to like clean Oko that thing. It also means Axel would have done more with just like choice banded knockoffs and stuff, but okay. He's probably going to fire off a Wish here. I'm going to go into Catherine. He's going to Scald this time. Don't burn me. Okay. Well, back into Symphony we go. He's gonna Wish this time, or he's gonna double. But I gotta heal this burn off. Catherine's already so low just because of the helmet chip and everything else, but this is going very poorly. This is gonna put an immense strain on Gengar to kill some stuff. I'm gonna have to probably win a speed tie against Gallade. I'm gonna have to make sure Drill doesn't beat me, but this is not going well at all. I knew this was gonna be really tough, but I really hoped that Catherine would, have a little bit more longevity. So I probably should have brought something with like Boots with Aromatherapy, but Aromatherapy wouldn't have done a whole lot because Sand would have neutered that pretty good. But that burn, Trey sad. Regalia is going to come back out. He doubles into Drill. That's terrible. He's leftovers. Not surprised. Alright, he's just going to spin the rocks away or double into something else. I'm forced back into Skarmory, though. If he were to Iron Head me here, I lose my my ability to predict against Hydra. So, he's probably just going to Rapid Spin. But that's what I have to do, and then I can set up some spikes. Or I can no, because he'll just go into Mola. So I'll try to set up some spikes against Mola coming in and continue to chip that thing down, but not good. Not good at all. If I had Mystical Fire, I would threaten pretty hard with that. Or Earth Power. Realistically, I probably should have brought one of those. But I really didn't think Drill was coming, man. That was my mistake in prep. But it was a smart bring. Gallade hasn't even hit the field yet. So neither is Sylveon. But that stupid fish is going to be back up to full. I need my opportunity to get into Gengar. Because Gengar threatens this entire team pretty hard. I just got to get him in. But I saw a knockoff on Mola in my mock. And I was still so convinced that he was going to bring Toxic over knockoff because Gastro. And I was wrong both times. Should have listened. Alright, Skarm's gonna come out here. Here's the Rapid Spin. Alright, well, those are gone. He's probably just gonna get out into Mola again. Set up some spikes. Yep. Hello, sneaky fish. Alright, you can double back out into drill and rapid spin. You can also knock off again. I gotta try to heal off that burn on Catherine because she's not doing anything in her current state. I mean, she's probably not gonna do anything anyway. Well, Regalia is gonna come back in. He's gonna knock off. Cool. Well, I'm at least get my heal bell off, which is excellent. You can scald me. Shouldn't do a whole lot. 17. Okay. That's helpful. I'm gonna get my Rockies back up, try to get my hazard stack back going. And into Giggles. Gonna wish. I'm just gonna EQ. He can protect. He can go into. He's just gonna knock off my AV. That's a lot. Well, that's sad. Well, Giggles isn't doing anything anymore, so I'm gonna fire off a. I haven't revealed anything else yet. I'll fire off an Ice Beam this time. Do something. Sad. Freeze it. No. Sad. Well, I'm sitting here like a lump of crap, not doing anything. Ice Beam again. Yeah. It's not gonna matter. Squish. 30. Nothing. Alright. You can spin these rocks away. I'm just gonna click Earthquake. This thing does nothing for me anymore. He's just gonna kill me. It's fine. Alright, well. This is going so bad. Back into Skarmory. I should have brought Toxic on Skarmory for Mola instead of this dumb, stupid guy. I'll Body Press. If he wants to stay in a Rapid Spin, he's gonna force me. He's gonna take some chip on this thing. He's just outplaying me. He's made some really smart doubles. I've only shown him spikes. Alright, Rapid Spin. Ping Pong. See how much this does. Squish. Well, he lived. That's incredibly sad. I really wish that killed. Now he just gets to go into the stinky dumb fish again and wish back into this thing. Let's see what that roll was. That Body Press. Alright, 92. That was a mid-roll. I didn't have a chance. Was he at full? Yeah, he was at full, so that had no chance to kill. That was a big boy bonk right there. Well, let's set up some spikes again. I can double out into Catherine to catch the Mola coming in. Realistically, that's what I should do. I gotta put on some freaking pressure. You can go into Sylveon or Mola here, but I gotta go into Catherine. I gotta start making some sort of play instead of trying to just keep setting spikes and having Drill chip him away. But getting some like huge chip on Drill is really good because that's gonna force him to try to wish back into Drill with Mola, which I can play around, or he can just sack off. All right, well, he stayed in and went for Iron Head. Well, that was bad play. That was a terrible play. And well, now I've lost because I have no way to really break Mola besides Cheshire over here. So I'm just gonna go for Shadow Wall. Oh, he's at +1. Shit. Well, I'm hard bluffing that I'm Choice Scarfed right now, so I'm gonna double into Wind Shear. He's probably gonna stay in and click Iron Head and force me to reveal that I'm Choice Scarf. But that was, man, I'm stupid. That was almost a terrible situation. Just go. I could have gone into Weavile and just clicked Ice Shard, and then Toxic to Mola. But this is bad, very bad. I just want to get one kill. That's my goal right now because I am getting demolished. All of this, I haven't even seen Mega Gallade yet. It hasn't even hit the field. Well, it would appear that he's at least contemplating my bluff. Scarf Gar was really good this match. Alright, he's gonna go into Sylveon. Get me back into Storm. If I had Iron Head, which I don't, this would be a great scenario for me to click Iron Head. What are you going to do? That's the question. Probably just going to Mystical Fire. I'll go into Symphony. Try to hit this thing with something. Gonna lower my special attack. Oh, Clear Body. How about that, huh? Alright, well, you can go into literally anything. I'm just gonna... Diamond Storm, I guess. See how much this does. Come on, Symphony. Do something. Like, I just need Chip. I need Mulligan. Like, all I needed for this match was Mola to be just dead in a ditch somewhere. Please kill this somehow. Dang it. Alright, well, I got the defense thing. Let's see if I can live an Iron Head from this. Because if I can, I'm going to click it again. I'm going to plus 2. Well, back in Windshield we go. He's just going to Iron Head. I hate you. I hate you so much. Mola comes out. I'll click Body Press. Let's see how much. Yeah, this Body Press isn't gonna do anything. I could double into Gengar. Try to catch Mola. Any knockoffs. I lose my life orb. Should have brought Colbur. Again, I didn't listen to Peds because I am an idiot. Catherine's dead. I am sad. Jules is dead. I am sad. You went for Iron Head again. Don't flinch me. Just... Damn it, dude. It's just like kick me in the balls one more time. Now he goes into Mola. Man, I am a broken man. I can't even get one thing. One kill. The game said no. Well, he's either just going to scald or knock off or do anything. Just kill me. Just knock off. Bonk. Yup. I'm gonna click Shadow Ball. I am getting demolished. I can't believe that friggin' flinch, dude. I could have at least gotten one damn kill this match. Alright, well, this dumb stinky guy comes out. 24, nothing. Into Windshield we go. He's probably just gonna double out into Gengar and clean me. I mean, this stupid guy. If I had Focus Blast, I'd be in a better situation, but I don't have Focus Blast. So, Windshield. At this point, I've given up. But, you know, what are you gonna do? This is the second match I'm gonna lose to a stupid, dumb, bulky water type. Even after adding stuff. Again, had I brought Gastro, this thing couldn't touch me. I can't believe he didn't bring Toxic. I should have stuck with my gut and brought freaking Gastro. Well, Body Press. Goes back into Mola. Bonk. Does literally nothing. Scald. He's gonna burn me. Watch. Well, I'm gonna go into... I don't know. These rocks are here to stay. Let's just go into Symphony. Knockoff's probably coming this time. No, no, Scald. That was it. He just crit me. Well. Go for... Blast, why not? Look it again. Come on. Just for the love of God. Finish me off. out. I'm gonna go into Symphony. I'm gonna hope he kills me. Honestly, did you really need 2 Ishmons? 1 wasn't enough. He's just gonna go into Megalith. Or he's just gonna go into Mola. I'm gonna double into Cheshire. He goes into Megalith. This game. I can't believe he brought Wish on. Not 1, but 2 big disgusting things. Back into Wind Shear. Spikes, Rock Blast, does nothing again. Click Spikes. He's just gonna go back into the stupid fish. Yep. Regenerator is so busted. Knock off my leftovers. Okay. He's probably just gonna Wish this time, or he's gonna Scald. I'm gonna sack off some things. Goodbye. Wish. I mean, Cheshire dies to rocks plus sand. Wind Shear can't touch it. I'm just gonna go in. Again, I don't know what I could have done differently. I definitely had a bad matchup, I think. Just, I couldn't break this fish. Catherine, I didn't play properly. He made some plays where just Iron Heading in front of his Armory. I don't regret those plays at all. But moving on to next week. Still looking good. Here's the thing. If I was Choice Band and Weavile, I would have killed that thing right there. I could have just clicked knockoff. Yeah, Scald Burn me. Add insult to injury. Please. Please! Stupid fucking fish. Like, if I was this Weavile set, I brought every other battle. I could have just killed this fish, because he's specially defensive. But he brought... I'm going to knock off. Sylveon comes out. Okay. He's just going to Heal Bell and get this Wish off this stupid that guy. Click the funny move. Let's see how much this does. But he's going to Heal Bell. Or he just Hyper Voice. One more! Dude, come on! One more kick to the shins. I'm begging you. One more. I don't know why I didn't go into Cheshire there. That was stupid. He's going to kill me with Mystical Fire. But I'm done. I'm so done. Yeah. I just died. It's sand. Well, I knew that was going to be terrible. I really hoped I was going to get 1 kill, but that was pretty sad. So, GG's to Adam. Moving on to next week in the UBL, we're still doing pretty okay. We had a pretty solid differential, so a big hit like that isn't going to rock us too hard, I don't think. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.